This is the message from your shadow right now. Your shadow holds a lot of your power, holds a lot of the keys that you're looking for. The other side of illusion, or the release of illusion, so essentially seeing things clearly, seeing things in truth, seeing things as they are, is part of what is buried right now, what is pressed down. That's what we call the shadow, the stuff we press down, we bury, we put away as a reminder, okay? Loneliness, the opposite of loneliness. So realizing that there is no such thing as really truly being alone or disconnected or feeling like a freak in the sense that it's, you're the outlier in the worst ways, or that you are so far away from any kind of real deep connection to whatever source, self, others, whatever it is for you, nature, the world. That feeling of disconnect, the opposite of that is in the shadow right now. So knowing you're connected, knowing that everything is you and you are everything, and having that feeling and that security inside of you of knowing, of remembering that you know. So essentially, clarity, truth, seeing things as they are, which is actually better than seeing the distorted, fear-based version that is sometimes what we're seeing through, and realizing that we are connected and feeling that connection and understanding that we want that connection is what's buried right now. I feel like often we think the shadow is hiding things that are ugly, okay, or that we don't want, and we don't realize that so much of what's in our shadow is actually the most beautiful, relieving, releasing truths ever. It's just maybe we were so disappointed, or we became so hopeless that we started to bury in our shadow with all the things we're ashamed of and so on. We started to bury hope. We started to bury positive truths because we experienced disappointments that made us resent the hope, or made us feel stupid, or we interpreted it as it's the fault of the positive or the hoping or the beautiful truths that I experienced this pain. So I'm going to put those away because it's better to be in a constant state of pain, a constant state of upheaval and disarray, and protect myself by already putting myself in it, than to experience being dropped from what is the truth, what is the joy, what is the beauty. I don't want to be dropped from that again, so I'm just going to live in a state of pain and disconnect and bury that with everything else, That's the vibe here. I'm not sure if it's being articulated clearly, but hopefully it makes sense. These aspects of you want to be reclaimed. What's in our shadow and pressed down, all of our shames and things we think are not okay and are undesirable or we're afraid of, there's so much more beautiful than most of the time we realize. There's so much more empowering than most of the time we realize. And this is the perfect example. Really, disconnection is an illusion. Okay?